Hello!
Hello!
We're back after a week of vacation, more or less.
Yeah. I mean, it's more like we had guests Tuesday. And Saturday, I had the worst migraine through the entire weekend, so I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So, that's the reason why we've been offline. But we are back!
Yeah. Try and save you to me.
Yes. Yeah, because you got fucking taste last time. I remember that much. And Kana was like, no, wait.
Chottomate!
Yeah. I mean, she was way more calm about it, but yeah, basically. And we're trying to just finish the goddamn article. Minorikawa.
Yeah.
They finally found out that the one who died was in fact not Toyama. And then Toyama called Minorikawa, and Minorikawa was trying to play smart by telling them a place that he definitely wouldn't be.
But that's where he was.
But that's what he was. So now they're fucked again. Now they have to get him out. And I think they met him somewhere. I can't remember where.
They went to a cafe.
Well, right, they went to the Quar or whatever it's called. Like, cafe. And we also saw Maria at Indo Electronics. So, she's there. That's basically what happened last time, I think.
I mean, we brought her there.
Oh? I did not. She ran away when we scuffled with the Taliban.
Oh, right, yes.
Her story ended, so...
Yeah.
Just ran. And then we met Kanan.
Yeah.
And we figure out that what they wanted was Hitomi. And then later, a little bit later, we figure out that they're actually both going to Indo Electronics.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. But yeah, I think that's what happened. So let's get started, right?
Yeah.
Yeah! Alright, let's see. One end, 30 bad ends.
Yeah.
Alright. Probably a good idea to go to the time chart. Alright, so we're gonna continue. Trying to keep out here. Nothing to keep out. So there's only really a lot left right now. So I think you can actually go to Achi. Yeah, because there's a jump there, so I think you can do that as well.
Yeah, for some reason went twice and we're like only keep once.
Sure thing, Bobby. A young man!
I'm just pretty sure that we weren't able to jump with this one.
I guess we'll have to see. I don't know why we wouldn't be able to.
Because it goes to a different time slot.
Yeah. You went too far!
I thought I kicked X.
You did
But
not! Well, there you go. Whoops. Bruce is like, give me screeches! So we have to go to Osama. Maybe that's where it is. Yeah, it's the same time as the time we're in right now. 5 minutes later. 10 minutes later. So also what it is, I guess. That's also us.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just checking.
Are you going to another time zone?
No, the controller is disconnected and reconnected.
Ah, fuck! Not again! Total problems. In it.
You're in the way of my signal.
Like I'm the one blocking it, eh?
No, it's Pearls.
Yeah, that's fucking.
She's a little EMP.
Mostly air, that's why you don't weigh anything. Yeah. You don't weigh much. You're not supposed to weigh much. Because then they can't fly?
That's cool.
Oh well.
Well, we didn't get anywhere, so.
No, it just didn't matter.
No.
You can click it also on here though.
Yeah, she can.
So you have stuff.
The rain won't let up. The sound is growing louder and louder inside my head. It is the sound of regret, spattering against my heart. My emotions surged like a terrible storm within me. I never wished for this. Never expected my heart to be dragged so far beyond my control. You can't save Mario!
Save it, yawn! Shake.
Can't save Mario? Can't save Mario. The word storm through over was mine, relentless.
Very loud right now, game.
Yeah. The fold out images of the bodies from the human testing trials computer monitor. He couldn't help but imagine his daughter in the same gruesome state.
Extremely loud. Right.
Is it better?
Yeah. Jesus Christ almighty. Alright.
He couldn't help but imagine his daughter in the same gruesome state. In just a few more hours, Maria would begin hemorrhaging blood and die just like the people who were victims. You can't save Maria! You can't save Maria!
Ah!
We can't save Maria! He couldn't take the words or the reality of his mind. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Kosovo began pounding his fist fiercely on the desktop. Sir, what are you doing? Kajiwara tried to intervene, but he kept on pounding away.
Bang, 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 bang! Yes, lawyer material.
When he finally ceased, the pain of the repeated impacts lingered in his hands. My research was never about any sincere desire to help people.
Yeah, I kinda got that already. But
And now I'm paying the price for that. At one time it finally matters. I can't even save my own daughter. Mr. Osawa, Kajiwara set a hand on his shoulder. You can always blame yourself later. But for now, think again, good and hard. Is there really no other way to save Maria? Nothing else we could try? Usawa shook his head. The only means we had left was using Tanaka's password to unlock doors. Now Tanaka's dead. There is no other way. Is there a possibility that Mr. Tanaka told someone else his password? This was something Ozawa hadn't considered. Was there anyone Tanaka might have shared his password with? Only one person came to mind. Well, yes, there may be someone. You're referring to I, sir? Kajiwara cast his eyes down. You figured that out, then? Yes. Back during the commotion over that listening device. A necktie clip isn't typically the sort of present one gives to one's husband's co-worker. And yet, although some might consider it somewhat inappropriate, Mr. Tanaka was wearing it as if it were a matter of course. Which implies something about their relationship.
I mean, yeah, well, I don't know what you expected. Becoming abundantly clear that she was in a relationship with Tanaka before she was forced to marry Ozawa here.
Yeah. Kajiwara's voice trailed off. He coughed apologetically and tried again. I realize it's an awkward situation, sir, but please check with your wife. Even if I does happen to know the password, that does us no good if Maria gets quarantined someplace we can't reach her. I understand, Mr. Ozawa. I'll bring Maria to you then. I'll do everything in my power to make that happen. Banana!
Banana!
The detective then produced a bunch of bananas from his pocket.
Where does he keep all these bananas? Clearly that's bigger than his pocket.
Yeah. These are all left over. You are more than welcome to them, sir. Despite his gentle smile, the rest of his face was firm with resolve. You said you didn't care whether other people understood you, didn't you, Mr. Ozawa? Ozawa nodded guardedly. At the risk of being presumptuous, sir, I understand you, Kajiwara said. I used to be quite the workaholic myself. You're just like me, innocent and awkward.
Yes, just like me. In another occasion, Kajiwara was shocked to run into a man who looked just like him. The fellow was a stylist at a hair salon. Kajiwara visits on occasion. Loud gasp of surprise of his own upon seeing the detective. Kajiwara felt a peculiar connection and was expecting to go to the salon regularly. They're missing a word there. But when the stylist asked what he did for a living and Kajiwara answered honestly that he was a detective, the other man's face went pale and he bolted out of the building. Kajiwara never saw the man again after that. Sure thing, Bobby. No! Stupid controller! Yeah, the main problem is this game, though.
Yeah, if the game wasn't so stickly about controllers. And
it's like, oh, you disconnected? Too bad. Oh, you didn't turn it on before you turned on the game? It's super bad. I won't recognize it. Oh, she's tired. Sitting on my hand with one foot. Trying not to fall asleep. Oh, you're so comfy. Yeah. She's trying so hard not to fall asleep by shaking her head. mean, you're gonna have to close down the game.
I know.
There isn't really much we can do about it, sadly. The process like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, it keeps you awake?
Feeling tired. Sleep again. What did you do to your finger?
No. It just hurt.
Hmm. Maybe it was the friction. Maybe it was the friction.
No, it's a pain as if there was an injury.
But technically, friction is an injury.
A laceration. It could just be Aiko.
Most likely. Wouldn't put it behind her. What the fuck was that?
Messenger? When somebody adds you.
There's a sound for that?
Yeah. There sure is.
Alright then. Oh, stretch. Oh, you better close down the game. Again. I'm sure we'll get there eventually.
Because it's just weird. It's been starting recently.
Yeah.
That it had troubles. First with the PlayStation controller, and now with the Xbox controller.
Yeah.
So it's most likely the USB Bluetooth device. Input device.
Input device. Anyways, let's get the game started before it starts fucking disconnecting again. Just go straight in. We'll go to the closest place where it's saved. Which is the beginning, so that's great. What's your pills? Wanna sit on my arm? Is it warm enough for you? Yeah. Yeah, bros. I hear people outside too. I didn't think my headset. Sounds like people outside. It's like, what? Oh no, you're not gonna go to the controller. You little shit. No. She's coming! Oh, look, she's coming!
up for us? Can you step up?
She's trying hard. Up we go!
Right.
There we go.
Calling yourself innocent, huh? How modest of you. Oswald let out a sardonic chuckle, and after a moment, Kajiwara joined in.
He yawned.
Mm. Next time I see you, Mr. Ozawa, I'll have Maria with me. The detective gave a slight bow, then left the study, a look of determination on his face. Ozawa watched him go with admiration. No matter what trouble arose, the man always looked for something he could do. He really was a fellow who knew how to hang tough. Compared to that, Ozawa couldn't even articulate his own self-disgust. And asking Ai about the password would also mean inquiring into her relationship with Ta. The prospect was daunting. Venturing into the emotional territory of another person was his weakest suit. He left the study, but somehow found himself making his way to Maria's room, not Ai's. He realized that he hadn't been into his daughter's room since a certain rainy day years before.
That's a lot of frames.
Yeah. Now he stepped quietly inside and saw Maria's world laid out before him. A small photo was set atop her neat and tidy desk. It was a close-up of someone's hands doing a cat's cradle.
Guessing that's Kanan.
Yeah. Whose hands were they? There was a skin tone that didn't appear to be Maria's. Several more photographs were pinned to a corkboard that hung on the wall. They were snapshots of people and townscapes from the Middle East. One glance at them and Ozawa felt like he was back there for a moment. The images weren't necessarily aesthetically pleasing, but they all looked like they'd been taken by a professional. When he spotted the last photo on the corkboard, however, he was certain that Maria had taken them all.
Look at him.
The last picture was of Ozawa himself. He was facing the camera, holding some luggage and flashing an awkward smile. It was a comical, affectionate image. He'd never known that photography was one of his daughter's hobbies. No, this went beyond a mere hobby. She perhaps aspires to be a professional photographer one day? He certainly had the aptitude for it from the look of things. Maria, a photographer. As he mulled the idea over, Ozawa felt his chest tighten. Right now, it looked like Maria's hopes and dreams were about to be snuffed out. Her future consisted of bleeding to death a few short hours from now. Ozawa stared vacantly out the window. The view from Maria's room remained unchanged from so long ago. Again, that rainy day crept back into his mind, as vivid as the present.
She's like, give me squeakies. Boy, you comfy boy. You warm.
On that day, Ozawa was dealing with some pressing business from work. He had ensconced himself in his study, wrestling with some paperwork when Hitomi barged in, looking distraught. Maria's gone.
Gone.
Sensing that Hitomi was legitimately alarmed, Ozawa hurried to Maria's room. He found a letter she'd left atop her writing desk. Dad, you only care about Hitomi. You're always working and never do anything with me, so I'm running away. few hours earlier, he had cancelled their weekend trip to the amusement park. He just wasn't going to be able to get his work done in time. Izumi had resigned herself readily enough, but Maria just couldn't accept it. She'd been looking forward to it for so long, she railed at him. How many times now had he broken one of his promises to her? Izumi understands why we can't go, so why can't you do the same? The cold rebuke had ended her complaining, but it was clear she still didn't accept the situation. Now Izumi helped him look around, but they found nothing missing from Maria's room. Despite her assertion that she was running away, then it seemed like there was no point in being overly concerned. Maybe she's at the park she always goes to. Izumi looked worried. The park was roughly a 25-minute walk from the house. It would only take about an hour for Osawa to get her and bring her home. But an hour was more than he could afford to spare right now. Dad, I think she's waiting for you to go after her. Osawa didn't need Izumi to tell him that. He knew it well enough. That was what galled him so much about the situation. Why did she have to pull something like this precisely when his work was at his busiest? He'd done everything he could as a father since his wife passed away. Why couldn't his daughter see that?
Because he's a child. He doesn't understand how important work is.
No. It's alright. Your sister will come back. The rain was coming down pretty hard outside the window. Do you think she brought an umbrella? Izumi asked anxiously. I don't know, but with the rain like this, she'll come back home soon. He spoke the words for himself as much as for Izumi. Then he headed back to his study and got back to work. But several hours went by and still Maria did not return. The rain had gotten even more intense to the point where Osawa could hear it in his study. He was so concerned about his missing girl that he couldn't focus on his work, but he stubbornly refused to give in and go search for her. Several more hours passed. At last, Maria appeared at the front door, soaking wet. Osawa met her silently in the entryway. Wet strands of hair clung to the girl's forehead as she looked up at her father with a bitter glare. You don't care what happens to me, do you?
Slap!
Immediately, Osawa smacked her across the cheek with the flat of his hand. It was the first time in his life he had ever struck anyone. He hadn't known such a violent impulse would exist inside him. Maria stood there, her hand pressed to her cheek. Tears welled up in her eyes. She began to tremble. On her lip was a small bead of blood. A flood of guilt and regret rose up inside Osawa, as if he had just shattered some intricate piece of glasswork. How could I do such a thing? He clenched his shameful hand into a fist, and in that moment he was afraid of Maria, afraid that his daughter could bring such raw emotion out of him, and make him do something so thoughtless. But even more, he was afraid of how stunted he was as a human being. Was someone like him really fit to be a parent? What kind of future could Maria and Izumi hope for with a father like him? That was why he'd married Ai, as Makino had proposed. Having a mother, he decided, would help keep his family together despite their sad excuse for a father. But in so doing, Osawa had dug a psychological ditch between himself and his daughters. A deep ditch so that he could keep his daughters from being hurt, so that he wouldn't hurt himself. Now Osawa was staring across that ditch. wondering if it was too wide to leap. He thought back to his earlier exchange with Kajiwara. If you get angry, you show it. If you get sad, you show it. It's human nature to let other people know how we're feeling, after all. But what if doing that hurts the other person? That's when you apologize.
You scared her!
I'm sorry.
She got so scared! It's okay! She was so comfortable! It's okay. Yeah.
I like she's seeking up to me.
Yeah, it's because she got scared. She doesn't know it came from you. I don't think she realized.
No.
She was just so scared. Yeah.
Yes, that was right. He needed to apologize to Maria for what he'd done that day. It still wasn't too late. It's never too late. When it
Never
comes to
too
family, there's no such thing as game over. I don't know about that. He recalled Pretty Honey's words. He needed to apologize to Maria, and so he needed to ask I for that password. Ozawa was going to have to face his wife.
One way or another.
One way or another, I'm gonna get ya. I'm gonna.
Sure thing, Bobby. Your warm feet?
Yeah.
Woo! Guess we're going to Minorikawa and jump.
That's about the only thing we could do.
Wee!
Ozawa's phone rang and Mirikawa's phone number popped up on the LCD display. The reporter must have finished looking into the matter Ozawa had asked about. Mr. Ozawa? Sorry to keep you waiting. How did it go? Well, I looked into the into the background of that story you asked about, and I learned who it was your wife was dating. Who was it? Was what I asked immediately. It was a brief pause. Mamoru Tanaka. I see. Finally, he had proof positive of a relationship between I and Tanaka. Now, more than ever, it was no time to waver. No matter how painful the reality was, it was also true that if they hadn't been dating, there would probably be no way of saving Maria.
True.
So Mirikawa said, "What was this big thing about disrupting the power balance of the world all about? There's something I need to take care of on my end first. Once I'm finished, I'll tell you everything." Yeah, that's fine. Things are pretty hectic on my end right now, anyway. Ozawa had expected Mirikawa to put up more fight. He'd figured a reporter for 4-star general gossip would be a bit more persistent. Oh, by the way, there was one other thing I wanted to tell you, Mr. Ozawa. Ozawa could practically sense a finger pointing his way from the other end of the line.
Hello, boss. Yeah, that's my feet down here.
Don't be too angry with your wife. All too
Should I sit on my
often
toe?
in this world, people let their anger get in the way of solving their problems. You may have a point. Ozawa let out a wry chuckle. Alright then, I'll call you back later.
She's just sitting on my toes. Don't let her sit there.
Okay.
I like her sitting down there.
Ozawa found Ai standing by herself in the yard. She kept her back to him as he approached. May I have a moment? He asked quietly. What? Still, she didn't bother to turn around. There was something important I need to talk to you about. I'm not in the mood right now. Please, I realize you're upset about Tanaka's death, but at the mention of Tanaka's name, I slowly shook her head. Don't just tell me what you want. Don't, just tell me what you want. Hurry up and
Tell me
get...
what you want, what you really want.
Hurry up and get to the point. Ozawa tried to move closer to her, but she pointedly kept her distance.
I think she likes the fact that you're like cradling her a bit. As you're moving your entire body and in turn you're moving my legs.
Yeah. This was no time to mince words. Did Tanaka give you his password? His password? Well, the electronic lock on the lab. I needed in order to get the antivirus. I turned to face him at last. Get it out? What are you thinking? That belongs to the company. I just need one dose to save Mario. Please, if you know, please tell me.
Please.
I don't know it. Ai's voice was barely a whisper. Ozawa looked his wife right in the eye. You're telling me the truth. I am. I see. And do you have any idea what number we might have used for a password? I shook her head silently and turned her back to her husband. Even if I did know, she said, I wouldn't tell you. Why not? Don't you get it? Ai's words came out as a strangled grasp. Do you even know why I'm with you? She snapped. You really have no idea how much you're worth, do you? The value of one woman's life versus the potential profits your research would bring in. There's no comparing the two. If it meant that Okushi Pharmaceutical...
Biting my toes!
Come on, bro.
No! I'm sleeping here! Leave me alone! I think she wants to sit there like that, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. If it meant that Okushi Pharmaceutical could monopolize your talents, then what did it even matter what I wanted for myself? There was something akin to desperation in Ai's words. And so you sent me those threatening emails too? What? I looked at him in shock. He knew he'd guessed correctly. You would go that far, just to keep me tied to your father's business? That's right, I would. I bit down on her lip hard. What would you even know about how I feel? I'm sorry. Don't apologize. I'm not the victim here. You say that, but isn't it because of me that you and Tanaka weren't able to stay together? I began to tremble. The secret was out. What did you figure out? He asked. Earlier today. At Taito. Right. That's the sort of gift one gives to a husband's co-worker, is it? Ai's smile was bitter with self-deprecation. Ozawa couldn't help pity her. Even Tanaka must have suspected that she placed the company's profit above all else if she'd go to such lengths to protect her. It was like she'd given up her entire life just for that.
I mean, she basically has.
Don't mess my life up any more than you already have. Ai's words were merely a faint murmur, but Ozawa felt the rejection they carried with agonizing terror. Tanaka hadn't given Ai his passport. Ozawa's last chance had gone up in smoke. He let out a long, shaky breath and shut his eyes tight. Was it true? Was there nothing more he could do? we need to change something here?
Yeah, it's not really going to change anything. I would believe that there's anything you can change, it would be on Archie's route.
Yeah, most likely.
That is what I would believe.
American. America Jin. By bringing Hisui in, do you mean you're gonna arrest her? I actually couldn't think of any other reason to take her to the prison. I'm just going to move her someplace safe. Let Stanley proceed to wrap up his phone call. Guess I'm not going to get much out of this guy, I just thought. We'll go someplace safe, huh? Was he actually serious, or just being evasive? Archie couldn't really tell. If they did try to arrest Hisumi though, Archie intended to stop them, one way or another. He needed to protect her all the way to the end. Inwardly, he reaffirmed the vow he'd made earlier to keep her safe whatever it took. By now, they could see Ender Electronics up ahead. Archie was about to hurry inside when Stanley stopped him. I'll go in first. You two wait out here. No way! This is my dad we're talking about. And you don't think it's dangerous to bring Hisumi right to him? Well, alright. We'll wait here for a bit, and once we know it's safe, we'll head out and in. You cool with that? I'm cool with that.
Sure
Stanley
thing,
stepped inside. Archie fussed about impatiently, staring at the entryway. The palm of his clenched fist was sweating. Never before in his life had he wanted to just deck his old man. Izumi watched him uneasily. Izumi. Yes? I'm sorry. I really don't want you to have to see this, but I think you're about to witness the crowning shame of Endo family history. Actually, don't say that, Izumi said. He squeezed his hand. He found his other fist unclenching. Please, you have to try to talk to your father. Yeah, I know. Suddenly there was a loud crash from inside the building. The time for waiting had passed. Let's go! Archie and Hisumi raced inside, barging into the living quarters without bothering to shed his shoes. He heard his father's voice coming from the workroom. Dad! Archie hurried through the workroom door and saw Stanley holding his father pinned across the desk. Let me go! Please, let me go! Daisuke thrashed both of his legs. Stanley, please, let my father go. I want to talk to him. Stanley snorted dismissively, but did as he was asked. Daisuke stood up, rubbing at a sore wrist. Dad, please, you have to tell me. Where is Maria?
What am I doing? Sorry.
Maria? What are you talking about? Daisuke wouldn't meet his eyes. Don't play dumb with me, Archie pointed at Hitomi. You know who this is, don't you? Hitomi Ozawa, the girl you've been after. Maria is her sister. But Daisuke remained silent. You're gonna pretend you didn't call the hospital? Nothing about maybe being able to get your hands on a heart? I mean, seriously, it's all so simple. Even I can tell what's been going on. You've been watching me and Hitomi through the surveillance cameras, and you were telling that guy with the cane where we were. The blood began to drain from his father's face. Don't you go quiet on me. If I'm wrong, then go ahead. Tell me the truth. Daisuke's arm shot out suddenly, knocking an external hard drive from his desk onto the floor. It was over and done before Stanley could stop him.
What are you doing, girls?
Stanley hunched down and picked up the shattered drive. Guessing there was important data here. Footage from the cameras, maybe. I have no idea what you're talking about. Daisuke spat. I can't do this to an innocent person, Dad. Archie shouted, grabbing his father by the collar. There was the sound of footsteps from out in the shop. Someone was quickly getting closer. Stanley grabbed Hitomi by the hand and pulled her
There's nothing
back
after
against the wall.
this. This is where it stops.
Archie stiffened as he turned his gaze to the door.
But there's something I wanna look at.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna look at Minori-kawa's timeline.
This is the beginning.
Yeah. What are the choices he's doing? That's what he's looking for, Tanaka, right? What?
He's looking through the articles.
Yeah, but no. Wasn't there a point where he was looking for a phone book?
A phone book?
Mm.
No?
Pretty sure he did.
No. That is in one of the earliest methods.
You sure?
Or he's looking for also. Is it the wrong place to meet up then?
No, nothing there. It's gonna make a difference. What about the last choice? Yes. It's exactly what I want. wasn't. But try and say endo. I just want to see what happens. Yes! Click on that! Click on that little shit! I was like, didn't he say endo at one point? I was so sure.
Well, we've searched high and low, and now I think it's time for us to take a break.
Yeah.
Before we continue.
Not break. Go to the toilet. Yeah.
And a break for us, as always, also means a break for you. Get up, stretch, suck in fluids, you know, all that good stuff.
You know, all that healthy stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff isn't necessarily healthy. They're not mutually exclusive.
No, but isn't healthy stuff always good stuff?
No.
No?
What? Are you staring at me?
Well, you ruined it. So now you take over.
No! I just said healthy stuff.
Anyways, we'll be back in a bit.
Yeah.
So, sit tight. Press this.
Yes. We be back.
Yeah.
And apparently it is now my turn to voice things.
You've done that before.
Yeah, I didn't say I haven't. I'm just saying it's my turn now. But yes. Endo. Because that leads to this.
Mm.
There we go. Yeah, some of these jumps are a bit weird.
Yeah.
The next time slot, which is the last one, also has some fuckery.
Yeah.
Alright. The workroom door slowly eased open. Oh my god, it's Maria! Who would have thunk it?
Maria!
That's just too shock for words. The girl who entered looked just like Hitomi! Maria! Hitomi! What is this, Naruto and Sasuke? Ate blinked in bewilderment. It was almost as if Hitomi was standing in front of a mirror. It doesn't look so similar. They don't look that similar! God damn it.
What are you, racist?
Maria, thank goodness you're alright. I'm so sorry I had you worried. Maria was safe, Ate realized. At last, he had managed to fulfill his duty. How did you manage to get out of the storeroom? Daisuke had gone pale. Tell me, Maria said sharply. Who was it who came up with the kidnapping plan? Suddenly, Daisuke shoved Maria aside and lunged for Hitomi. Stanley moved to stop him, but before he could intervene, the older man had a hold on Hitomi, pressing something that looked like a flashlight up against her neck. Flashlight. Archie. Dad? As he stared towards him, but Stanley held up a hand. Don't move. That's a stun gun!
That's a gun stun.
Sure thing, Bubby.
Stun of a gun!
Yeah, you stun of a gun!
A piece of self-defense equipment for repelling would-be attackers with an electrical shock. There are several types, including baton-type stun prods and guns that fire needles attached to flexible wires. The latter type especially is frequently referred to in the US as a taser, or taser gun. Due to the popular models produced by Taser International, now Axon, stun guns are used not only by civilians, but also by law enforcement and military personnel for non-lethal applications.
Yes.
Yeah, tell that to the police of the US, because they just use guns and kill people. Whoever the fuck they want.
I mean, they have a baton too, but they rarely use it. In Japan, you also have a gun, but you also have a stun baton, which they more often use.
If you go to the US, get ready to get shot.
Yeah. At least if they think in quotation marks, that you have a weapon. Otherwise, they're not allowed to. Aiko? Aiko? She doesn't want you there, Aiko. Go away! She's so dejected from it. Or else it's like, fuck off! Now!
Poor Aiko.
She just wants your sniffer.
Just want your friend? And maybe a snack.
There are no snacks in here. It sits on my fucking mouse pad now. If you zaps her in the neck, it could kill her. You know your stuff, Rescue said. You deal in American electronics? Please, he is American. No, I do this for a living. Then he drew his gun in an instant, taking aim at Daska's forehead. What do you want to choose?
Don't say anything.
He was too shocked to even move. Stanley took another step toward Daisuke, keeping his gun trained on the other man. Hey, stop this! Please just stop! Snapping out of his daze, Archie scampered between the two men. Stanley didn't lower his gun, but unless he shoved Archie's side, he couldn't get a clear shot at Archie's dad. Archie turned to face his father. Dad, let Hitomi go. You need to stop this nonsense. Archie walked slowly toward his father, a pleading look in his eyes. He is looking at something.
She's looking at pearls.
Nonsense. Which one of us is talking nonsense here? You don't know what's going on. If you knew everything, then you'd be helping me. What do you mean, everything? I can't read, Aiko. Aiko.
You can read on the small screen.
Yeah, I suppose. With this girl's heart, we can save Susune. Dad, who was it exactly that told you that?
Cool.
Thanks, guide.
What's up?
Thank you. Daisuke did not reply. I ask you a question. Who was it that put this crazy idea into your head? A foreign organ trafficker admitted to hospital. I'm gonna have you to take over because I have to go back to the toilet.
Oh no.
His bad stomach.
Oh no. Stomach of the bed.
Yeah, very bad. You continue.
Man down! Man down! In Japan, a medical professional known as a transplant coordinator handles the liaison between the donor and the recipient parties, but there are many cases of legal or borderline illegal activity carried out by third-party organ brokers. There are countries where organ transplants are openly performed for monetary gain and no shortage of specialists willing to do the job. These questionable markets include suppliers whose source viable organs and tissue for pearls. 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 Hey. Pearls, would you step off the keyboard? Come on. Get off. There we go. No, I do not want filter keys. Get off. I didn't get to... There we go. Questionable markets include suppliers who source viable organs and tissue for transplant from cadavers. 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 cat Avers. Aiko, she doesn't like you. I'm sorry. You need to just keep your distance. I wonder when she'll be back. Oh well, I'll just continue. Stanley let out a snort. A likely story. It's true! I was suspicious at first myself, Daisuke said stubbornly. But I couldn't just sit around and wait for Susanne to die. After talking to him about her rare blood type and all the difficulties in performing a transplant, he promised he'd do everything in his power. Daisuke's hands were trembling. Tears welled up in his vacant and bloodshot eyes. Then, a while later, he got back in touch and told me he'd found a potential match. Someone with the same blood type as Susanne, and roughly the same age. But then he told me that the girl was still alive. And so what was the point? Her heart might be a match for Susanne's, but it didn't matter if we couldn't get our hands on it. And I said that, but... Oh, sorry. Just yawning. Yawning, yawning, yawning. Keep yawning, 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 yawning. And I said that, but then the man told me. He told you what? Archie bit his lip. He told me to abduct her and turn her over to him. After that, he'd find a way to make it all work. At last, Daisuke had confessed. Now Archie had to try to come to grips with the truth he had just heard. I had to do something, his father continued vehemently. Vehemently. I had to abduct this girl and see things through. I just couldn't take it, Kozuno. Kozuno had already been taken from me. The thought of losing Susanne too. I had to make sure I didn't fail. So it was this organ trafficker who came up with the kidnapping scheme, eh? Stanley said. He kept his gun aimed at his target. Daisuke nodded. Describe him for me. He was tall, had black hair, spoke fluent Japanese. Stanley raised an eyebrow at that. Archie wondered if he had some idea who it might be. And taking Maria Osawa hostage in order to lure out Hizumi, that was his idea as well? Yes, that's right. I allowed his computer to access my surveillance camera system as well. But then, this morning, I got a call from the hospital saying Susanne's condition was critical. I couldn't wait any longer. I had to help my girl right away. And then... Daisuke cut himself off, reaffirming his grip on his stun gun. Gun stun, stun, I was looking at the surveillance monitor and I saw a detective I happened to know. He was right next to this girl here, and so I decided to ask him. I knew if I did, he wouldn't refuse. He could never refuse a request from me. And that was a man with the cane, Archie asked. His voice was low and hoarse. Yes, I was giving him directions while I followed you on the monitors. Dad, you need to let go of Hizumi now. There's no point to this. Archie took another step closer to his father. There is a point. If I kill this girl here and now, your sister can get the surgery she needs. But even Archie knew that things couldn't possibly work out that way. His father had grown so desperate to help Susanne that he'd lost all sense of judgment. Why, Archie? Why won't you help me? Don't you want to save Susanne? Daisuke made a pathetic sight. And yet, His desperation to save his child was so palpable, it was heart-rending. Archie thought back to that time he had laid his father out when sparred. No matter how pathetic he may have looked, Archie had always felt that sense of paternal love for him. You're not going to be able to talk him down, Stanley murmured. Archie shook his head. Stanley, he said, lower your gun. Tears were welling up in his eyes. Please, lower your gun. Hearing the determination in Archie's voice, Stanley quietly complied. Archie stepped up to Daisuke, getting a firm grip on his father's slender shoulder. Dad, of course I want to help Susan. But why are you trying to stop me? Dad, do you think this is what she'd want you to do? Big eyes. Big ass eyes. Daisuke's face fell. Did Susan ask you to do this, Dad? Did she tell you to take someone else's heart so that she could live longer? Did she, Dad? Suddenly the fight seemed to ebb from Daisuke's body. This is gonna come a little bit until she gets back. The stun gun hung limply in his hand. If Susan had asked me to go and get someone's heart for her, I wouldn't object. I'd help her, just like she wanted. I wouldn't let you bear these crimes yourself. But that's not what this is it? Susan would never ask us to do something like this, would she? But now tears were streaming down Archie's cheek. He knew that his father thought about Susan more than he thought about anyone else. And so he should know full well that she would never want this. Susan is not like me. She's smart, she's kind, and she'd never be happy about taking someone else's heart. Even if it saved her life, I'm sure she'd never accept that. She wouldn't be able to live with it, knowing something so horrible had happened to someone else for her sake. Isn't that the Susan we know? Daisuke's cheeks were smeared with tears now as well. But then we're not going to be able to help her. The sound of father and son weeping echoed through the workroom. Maybe so, maybe we won't. But that's better than the misery and suffering she'd have to live with. Daisuke slumped to his knees on the floor, collapsing like a crumbling mound of sand.
I'm back, yeah, I feel a bit better. It was so bad, I almost so I let it get out. I think I got it out.
Should we go over again?
Yeah, I think so. I rested a bit before did you finish Assassins?
Yeah.
Let me free from his grip. Stood. I went serious in her eyes too. I have no clue what happened, but I guess they talked about it.
Yeah, Archie was like, do you really think Susan would want you to do this?
No! Such an idiot. Utter idiot. Rather like son!
Yeah.
Well,
Good point.
Archie is also a complete and utter idiot. In other words. Sobbing, Archie embraced his father. There was a sudden thud from near the door. Oh, hey! It's Kano and Kanan! Everyone turned to look. Oh, no, wait, nope. Nope, it's Maria. Maria crumpled to the floor. And a newcomer had appeared. Oh yeah, well, okay. It's also them. At some point, Kanan had silently entered the room. Now she cradled Maria in her arms. Standing in the doorway was a man Archie didn't recognize. His face pale. Stay back! Kanan shouted at Archie when he tried to approach. It looked like Maria had fallen unconscious. Archie's heart was racing in his chest. An eerie silence fell over the room. For several seconds, no one said a word. Their eyes all fixed on Maria. Finally, Kanan looked up, face ashen. It started. Bam!
Okay, I go.
She's playful.
Mm.
She's the one who took it down from the table too. To be continued. Alright then. I guess we go right back in and an unfamiliar man. I assume. It's the only choice we have at the moment. A man that you didn't recognize. It is Kano!
It was me, Kano!
Yeah! Alrighty. After the young man's desperate pleading, the other fellow, apparently his father, finally gave in. He released his hold on Hitomi. The tension in the room was replaced by a solemn air of gravitas! I don't know. Seeing father and son weeping as they spoke made Kano think back to his conversation with Tatami before the
Gravitas!
Yeah, though it'll be gravitas because it ends with an S. Yes. You live a dangerous life there, Aiko.
Yeah.
What was it in people that drove them to do such horrible things? Sometimes it was the desire to save the ones they loved. Even such a heartfelt human emotion could drive something to wrongdoing. Why? Why did people have to be like that? Oh! Some thought snapped Kano out of his musing. An instant later, Kanan hurried past them into the workroom. Grabbed her as she fell. Maria had collapsed on the floor, or onto the floor, and now Kanan was beside her. In a panic, Kano rushed into the workroom as well. Stay back! Kanan shouted as the others tried to huddle around the fallen door. Please don't be what I think this is. The virus gone symptomatic? 2 hours ago, Sally had told Kano that Maria was infected. He also said that her symptoms wouldn't develop for another 4 hours. Shouldn't we still have 2 hours to go? Maria looked like she was dead. Her eyes closed, her body motionless. Usually people's eyes aren't closed when they die, or whatever. Somebody tried to approach despite Kanan's warning. Maria, she cried. Maria, what's wrong? Kano held his arms wide to hold her back. Your sister has been infected with the UA virus. The UA virus?
What?
Huh?
What? What virus?
Yeah. Tommy's face went pale. Hey, Kano said to Kanan. Should you really be that close? She's developed symptoms. Kanan didn't move from Maria's side. She don't give a fuck! She calmly rested her hand on the other girl's forehead. There's no fever, she said. And there's no blood coming from the ears. No limbs swollen. I'll be alright. She hasn't gone symptomatic yet. In that case, why did she collapse? Someone asked. I'm not sure yet. Whatever the case, if we don't get her that antiviral, she's done for. Then we have to get her to the lab right away. Hitomi said. He's trembling with anxiety. No. That's not an option! Sorry, I had to. Kano's tone was grave. It's not an option. You may already be aware, Miss Ulzar, but without a password, you can't access the antiviral storage. But when I went there, my father and Mr. Tanaka. Mamoru Tanaka is dead, girl! Murdered, in fact. What? She stared at him uncomprehendingly. Oh. No, that can't be true. He was a member of a crime syndicate. Ah, yes. Possible they killed him in order to silence him. So then, there's no way to see my sister? There was a hollow look in Hitomi's eyes. Technically, you can see her. No! I won't accept that! Why? Why can't we help her? But no one had an answer. He gritted his teeth and hung his head. Why did it have to come to this? Come this far, but there was nothing he could do, and he hated himself for it. I'll go to the laboratory. Yes, Kanan. It was Kanan. Electronic block breaking is my specialty. Wait. The young man actually spoke up suddenly. So, you're a martial arts badass, but your specialty is block breaking? You look positively dumbstruck. Kanan ignored him, thinking out loud. Brute force.
A cryptanalysis technique that involves test input of all theoretical possible patterns. If time were unlimited, this would be the most reliable means of decipherment. However, in practice, the process takes massive amounts of time and computational power, and can be defeated by systems that prohibit access after a limited number of field items.
Yes, very much. Brute force is basically just going through every single possibility until it finds the right one. Side channel.
Rather than trying to decipher the password itself, this method involves analyzing information from the device, such as processing time, power consumption, and electromagnetic leaks, and using these details to exploit the system. Isolating the run state of devices is a crucial element of countering side-channel attacks.
Yes. Shortcuts!
A cryptanalysis method that uses mathematical algorithms to carry out efficient bulk calculations against a block cipher that makes use of a shared key for encryption and decryption. Even when such calculations are theoretically possible, however, in practice, process requires large amount of time, and the block cipher is seldom at risk.
Yes. Given the situation, I think I have to go with side channel. Side channel? Where's your equipment? One of the lab PCs will suffice. I can connect to a special server from the net. I don't really understand the stuff you're talking about, as he said. But I'll trust you to handle this. I mean, you didn't risk your life to save Hitomi from that minivan explosion and all. And I'm not a... I have to warn you in advance, though. Cryptanalysis can take hours, and still you'll know yourselves. I can't guarantee you'll be able to get the door to unlock before Maya develops symptoms. Yeah, I heard that, Ayako! Bullshit! Nachina did too. No one present had any objections. I'm like, we have another idea! What is that? All of a sudden, there was a curious sound from somewhere in the room. What's that? Kano asked. What's making that noise? Looked around the workroom. Uh-oh, it's bloodless.
Disconnect?
Yeah, I saw a blink. So it did. As you can see, clearly isn't me that's the problem.
Yes, you are the problem.
So what, now that I'm touching it, I'm also causing problems?
Yeah.
I see! Si, senor! in we go! At least it saved just before it happened, eh?
Hmm.
What luck. That's my computer. Desk her, it's her desktop. Well, this section was called Alfred's Demands, so I assume it's something to do with that. A bank of monitors which had been displaying surveillance camera footage from around Shibuya had all gone black. What the hell? What's going on, Dad? As he joined his father, staring at the computer screens. It's all gone. The camera footage, it has been deleted. Daisuke blinked in disbelief. Now then, it seems our main cast has all been assembled. A man's voice, distorted by a voice modulator, suddenly emerged from the computer screen. Oh, hello there, us! A moment later, the monitors all began to display a view of the inside of the workroom. What the hell is this? What's broken through a firewall? What are you looking at?
There's no camera.
I assume it's slightly above, so we can't see it.
No, that would be too far. It should be right around here.
Yeah, but it's not. Well, whatever. Firewall.
Also, this computer here, that's a laptop.
Yeah.
It's very ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was made for Windows Vista. Or, yes, Vista.
Stems with the made.
What?
Matches the time period this game was made.
Yeah.
07.
It was a weird computer. You could take the keyboard off.
Yeah. Anyways, your time to read.
A security system for preventing unauthorized intrusion into a computer network. The term stems from a metaphorical reapplication of the concept of a wall meant to inhibit the spread of fire or other destructive forces.
Yes. They've hijacked a surveillance camera system. Color drained from Daisuke's face as he looked at the screens. Where are they filming us from? Kind of asked, scanning the inside of the room. He used the image from the monitor to guess what the camera might be. Over here? Oh, there it is. The lens of the camera set atop the computer monitor. It worked like an eye. It was a miniature camera used for web conferencing and the like. Now that Mari and Hitomi are both there, I'll probably surmise the situation at hand. And so I offer a proposal. The boys were passed but in exchange for Hitomi's blood. Realizing now that it was Alpha's voice, hearing everyone at the front. At 7 o'clock, roughly 1 hour from now, see that Hitomi also was waiting at the Scramble intersection outside Shibuya Station. Unless, of course, you're feeling particularly confident. You do have Kanan with you. Perhaps you care to gamble on her not-breaking skills instead. Kanan caught her tongue in frustration. Where is she?
She's behind them.
So...
With Mario on the floor.
Oh yeah, right, she's probably still holding her. That's what. Alfred had known exactly what the plan was. Boss, if Kanan isn't able to get the door open in time, what do you do then? Maria is sure to die, yes? But that's not all. If you don't agree to my offer, I have the means of creating another Maria and a third. These infectees will spread through lives. The death toll will likely number in the hundreds of thousands.
It is difficult to predict the scope of infection in the event of a bioterrorist attack deploying a highly infectious viral agent in a city with large and population. In a worst-case scenario, some researchers estimate as many as several million infected cases.
So, do think carefully before we decide. Alfred's voice was chillingly matter-of-fact. I will appear at the rendezvous in person. After all, it wouldn't do for the star we showed to miss the final. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you then. Sounds fell. Then the images on the computer monitor returned to normal. Surveillance camera footage came back online as well. Asuka promptly yanked out his Ethernet cable and slammed his fists on the keyboard. Damn it! There's a hole in the firewall. I'll have to redo my security from the ground up. Good call, I said calmly. Can't win this if our intel keeps getting leaked. Stanley pursed his lips in consternation. What do we do? I asked him. Do we give in to his demands? I mean, do we really expect he's just going to actually show up like that? He's practically begging for us to come and catch him. There has to be some plan of work. If it means saving my sister, I'll do it. Then I was resolute. No. Huh. What? Why not? Because if you do, you'll be killed. What? Demi's voice caught in her throat. With the antiviral still present in your body, and a week after the fact, you're too much of a liability for Alpha to just go. He's right. Don't do it, Ashi exclaimed. Demi, you can't go. Even still, I want to do it. Demi stared defiantly at Stanley. Still want to go, even knowing that you'll be killed. Just falling! Because of that. I can't just sit here and hope that Kanan is able to pull this off, she said. I want to do something for my sister. I want to save her. She peered down at Maria, sprawled on the floor. She'd object to me going. I'm sure of that. But I want to do what I can. To do things my way. No one tried to contradict her this time. Yeah, my way on the highway, bitch! She's willing to take the risks, and things the rest of you can do too. It was Kanan again. Let's hear it, Kanan replied. He squared his shoulders. He was of the same mind as Shitogi. He couldn't just do nothing and leave it all to Kanan. After everything he'd been through, he wanted to stick with this case until the very end. Apprehend Alpha out of the rendezvous and demand the password from him. Kanan offered a suggestion as if it was a simple task. I'll let you get what you want without putting Hitomi in danger. Kanan let out a sigh. Hold on, he said. Even if we do arrest him, how are we going to get him to cough up the password? We don't have time to drag him off to an interrogation. And besides, he doesn't strike me as the sort to offer a confession to that. There are ways, Kanan said. Once Alfred has made contact with Domi, call myself. Domi told him there. Call you? I have plenty of information Alfred might want to call. I can negotiate with him directly. Kana considered Kanan's proposal. I see. So we'll try both options. Attempt to hack the password to the lab and also try negotiating with Alfred. That gives us two chances. With that tiny ray of hope, Domi's face brightened some. We'll split into two groups, one for the lab and one for Shibuya Station, Kanan said. Let's exchange phone numbers so we can be in touch when the time comes. The group quickly shared contact info as suggested. She was just be calm down there!
Yeah, I just wanna get my hooks up.
Domi and Kanan called one another's phones to be short. Domi's cheerful ringtone felt out of place, but somehow suited. A fragment of normalcy in surprises. Well, guess we're all set then, Domi said, looking down at the LCD screen. His expression turned apologetic. I'm sorry, Kanan. I'm having to keep putting things on you. Hey, Kanan replied. Don't worry about it. Okay, now I guess I should call my father. Then he called Kenji Osawa on his cell, asking him to let Mari and Kanan into the lab. Kanan leaned in to whisper into Kanan's ear. Are you sure you're okay with this? He's falling. With what? I know that you're after Alpha. Are you sure you want to go to the lab and not... Right now, I want to save Maria. That's all. tone was as curt and mechanical as ever. But there was a fierce gleam of determination in her eyes. Maria was clearly someone very special. Alright, Kara replied. Leave Alfred to me. He thumped himself in the chest. Succeed this time, no matter what the odds. Look at him becoming a hero! Kana could scarcely call the whirlwind of events that had brought him here. In a matter of a few hours, I might add! He somehow survived a dozen disasters. And now, his dear friend was in the hospital. He was gone. There were times when he'd been ready to give up. And yet, at the end of it all, he was. His opponent was an international terrorist. No matter how you looked at it, that wasn't a matchup for a mere detective. But I'm going to do it anyway. Rumi, Shizuo, Sasayama, and Detective Tatano. I'm going to take down Alfred and save Maria Uzawa's life. Just you watch and see. To be continued. You bunch of scratches. Well, going right back to chapter Kenji, he's the last one. Chapter Kenji Osawa! Sana hadn't given I his password. Osawa's last chance had gone up in smoke. He let out a long, shaky breath and shut his eyes tight. Was it true? Was there nothing more he could do? Also, a cell phone rang. When he saw the name on the incoming call display, he nearly shouted out loud. It was Hitomi. Spelled in hiragana. Hitomi? Are you alright? Please tell me you're alright. Yeah, I'm fine. But Maria's... Maria? Is Maria there with you? Also, his heart leaped. Dad, there isn't any time for me to explain everything, so I have to just give you the main points. This is so we can save my sister, so just stay calm and listen. Also, struggled to hold back the 1,000 questions that immediately came pouring into his mind. There's a girl named Kanan who's going to bring Maria to the lab. She's going to try to hack the password in order to get us inside. Wait, hold on. What in the world is going on? There are a bunch of people here working to help save Maria. Can you wait for us at the lab then? I'm not sure that the electronic lock is something I'll be so used to. We've got another plan in motion too, and if that goes well, we might be able to learn faster. It was all too much to follow. But also I realized I'd have to take Hitomi at her word. It was our only hope of saving Maria. Alright, Dad, I'll do as you ask. But you said you're trying to approach. You're not going to be in danger, are you? No, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Okay? Very well. I'm heading to the laboratory now. Beep! You can't! Ah, she hacked him! You can't go! The moment also I hung up and started for the house, I clung to him from behind. If you use that antiviral now, she said, everything will pop it. There's no way we can keep the virus or the antiviral under wraps at this point. Also, I tried to pull free, but his wife was stronger than he expected. Besides, if Maria infects other people, the whole world is going to find out in a matter of hours. No, we can't just quarantine her. If it's handled correctly, we'll still be able to retain the secrecy. Ai's voice was cold as ice. Do you even have any idea what you're saying right now? I do. I know how it sounds. But this is the only thing. The only thing I can... The voice trailed off. He could feel the force of her trembling when she held him. Have I really into that much of it. Oswald slipped from Ai's arms and prostrated himself on the ground in front of him. I'm sorry. I'm truly, truly sorry. Oh, stop this! Get up! If you're really sorry, then don't go to that lab. Oswald remained silent, his forehead pressed to the dirt. Didn't go on. Use that antiviral without corporate approval, the time Kokoshi is finished. Doesn't matter to me. You say that! Virology is the only thing you've ever cared about. I began pummeling his back. Maybe virology is all that I care about. I don't know the first thing about anything else. I never wanted to know. Never even thought to find out. Never bothered to learn what you or my own children might think. But I fail it. As a father and as a husband. How dare you say that only after it's come to this? It struck him again, harder than before. You're right, he gasped out the words between her blows. Maybe this has been too long coming. But it's not too late. I can still start over. Start over? He paused in disbelief. You already turned down that American job. If you use that antiviral now, there won't be any starting over, and you will lose everything. Will I lose you too? After you've gone and thrown everything else away like this? How could I possibly stay with you? I was suddenly salty now. Also, I wonder what her tears were for. But there was one thing he did know. She was right. Couldn't be together anymore. He got to his feet and headed back into the house, leaving Ai behind. Bye! He hurried through the back entrance and went into the garage. Climbed into his car, fastened his seatbelt.
What?
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 What did you say?
Nothing?
Oh, you said garage.
Yeah.
Why did you say that?
Because I did.
Fastened his seatbelt and took a deep breath. What are you attacking my toes for now? They've always been here. The image of a younger Maria arose in the back of his mind. There she was in that park, getting drenched by the rain. Holding back her tears, she waited for her father. Wait for me, Maria. This time, I'm going to comfort you. I was wrong. Going to the lab wouldn't mean lose everything. He let too many important things slip through his fingers. Now it was time to take them back. Oswald pulled his car into the street and sped towards the laboratory.
Laboratory?
So they say. As if to signal that the long day was drawing to a close, the dazzling sun sank down between the buildings in the distance. His story. And alright. So because you changed this. We're not done yet. Let's just go to counterplanning again. What?
No.
No? I can't do that.
What I'm saying is, it's time to stop.
Yes, but I just want the to be continued. Run.
Sneak here.
No, because he's getting squeezed. Ah! So that is clearly just something red smeared on her. No, but whatever. Slot is 2 hours long! Because it's the final one. Yeah! Slowly getting to the end of this game. So there's a lot of story to be covered in the last as it is, after all, 2 hours long. Also means this is in the end.
Pressing right on my bladder.
I did?
Yeah.
Ah, sorry.
You press right in here.
Oh. Sorry about that. If you have anything in your bladder, you might feel like you have to pee. That is
Yeah.
Oh well. But yeah. We finished another time slot.
Yeah.
Now we are reaching the finale.
About time.
I mean, it is a long game. It is a long game, yes.
It's yeah.
But things are really picking up, and they are going fast now, so it's not like you're gonna be bored.
No.
But yeah, it is a long game. You know, and there's 5 protagonists. There tends to be a lot of story to cover through.
Come to an end for now. So, if you're joining us for the first time, we have a YouTube channel. Same name as our Twitch channel,
Yep.
Space. On there you will find the VODs for our streams. Like this stream.
Yeah, so you can catch up in case you jumped into almost the climax here, you know.
Yeah.
There's like 23, 24 or so with the boss before this one. It's plenty of stuff.
So, but also, these streams are scheduled.
Yeah.
Which we do every Tuesday and every Saturday, 8 p.m. Central European summertime.
Yes, until the end of this month. So soon, we'll do some European Standard Time.
Yeah. On the YouTube channel, you will also find the VOD for our other streams, such as Final Fantasy XIV Online and World of Warcraft Classic.
Hardcore.
Yeah. Final Fantasy XIV, we play together with one of our friends.
Yeah.
Where we just do
whatever we want to do. Usually it's roulette because we need to get gear.
Yeah.
We also did story the first time we started the video because we had to.
Yeah. Not to mention, we can also go and do farming for mounts and whatnot.
Yeah. We'll do some of the newer content we haven't done yet. Like the Alliance Raid, the new one we still haven't done. And we also haven't finished the one from Shadowbringers. Yeah. At least I haven't. And then there's also the novel raids. We haven't finished those. Or Endwalker either. Now that I think all of the stuff is out. Love all that stuff.
Yeah.
Plenty of stuff to go by before the potential new expansion comes out next summer.
We got lots of stuff. And World of Warcraft I am playing on my own.
Yeah.
All by my loans.
All Ramona alone.
Oh yeah, Ramona alone. Where I am basically just rolling up random characters and seeing how far can I get before I die. I haven't been doing that for a while, but...
A couple of weeks, I think, yeah, that's me.
Yeah. But I should be able to do that again.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to do it this week either.
No.
Because I've been busy with our pre-recorded videos.
Yeah.
You can also find on our YouTube channel.
So smooth. That was so smooth. We're also reaching the end of the game on our pre-recorded videos.
Yeah.
We got maximum 2 videos left. I'm not entirely sure we can fit it onto one unless it is an extra long one. But
I'm gonna make it.
okay. You realize it might be 4 hours long then, right? Yep. But yeah, that's got that. And we're also soon ending this one. So this one will probably take a bit longer to finish.
Yeah.
So soon we have to find new games to play.
Yeah.
We also talked about on Tuesday next week, yes, because that is the 31st that we would stream something else.
Something spooky.
Something spooky. We haven't quite figured out what it's going to be yet. We'll look into it.
Yeah.
But until then, we will see you on Saturday.
Yeah.
Same time as today.
Same bad time. Same bad channel.
Same bad cave.
Nope.
Oh, come on, it fits!
No.
Yes, it does!
No.
Why not? But we haven't said bye yet.
Yes, we have.
No?
Bye!
Bye!